Black Friday and Cyber Monday LEGO sales are fast approaching, as is the end of the year, which will see over 400 sets retiring for good. Now, a few months back, I brought you my picks of the best sets retiring this year, and some have already sold out. But here is the final list of everything going next month so that you can try to bag a bargain during the sales. We'll go alphabetically through themes, timestamps below, but the architecture theme will be waving goodbye to 2 sets next month. Beginning with this, the Taj Mahal. Now, depending on what region you're in, such as where I am in the UK, it's already sold out. Not the case in the States, still available, but even if some of these sets are sold out on LEGO, many of them are available at other retailers. This one, for example, in the UK, still available, slightly discounted at John Lewis. So I'm not going to go through all the ones on this list, showing you where you can buy them. It would simply take a ridiculous amount of time. Just be aware that if something is sold out on LEGO, you should still be able to get it elsewhere, unless it's a LEGO exclusive, and I'll highlight those as we go along. But this one is retiring next month, so if you want it, make sure to grab it, and exactly the same goes for this, the Singapore set 21057. Switching over to art and the Amazing Spider-Man set, which got an awful lot of hype because of the sort of 3D aspects to it, that will also be retiring. Sales on this definitely nowhere near as strong as I think LEGO were expecting them to be. It is a decent set. I'm kind of glad that they did it. There were interesting things about it, but I think they were trying to appeal to too many people and do too many things with this set. So it didn't sell as well as they were expecting, so will be retiring next month. The modern art set will also be going if you fancy paying quite a bit of money for just some spare parts. And lastly, for the art theme, so will the Fauna collection. This one only came out earlier this year. Again, really hasn't done well. Can't say that I'm surprised. I did slate it quite heavily at the time. Even though I am a fan of the art theme, this really did miss the mark. Now, I will just say, and this goes for pretty much everything on here, even at this late stage of the year, some things can move, so this might actually end up being shifted into 2025. It really depends on just how much stock they actually have left over, but it's down for retirement in December. The sales haven't been good, so give or take, it is going to be going. Next up is BrickHeadz, and the Tusken Raider is first on the list as we're going through set numbers chronologically. So 40615 already sold out on LEGO in the States. Yes, you can still buy it at, albeit an inflated price, through other retailers, but I do have to include the ones even that are sold out because, in certain other regions, they are still available. So I'm sorry if you are in a region where a certain set is sold out, but I'm trying to do this for a lot of people. So just the way it goes, unfortunately. But this was an excellent BrickHead. If you are a fan of it and have missed out through LEGO, might be worth still paying a little bit more at the moment through third-party retailer, as prices will more than likely head on upwards. And then some of you may find this shocking. 40676, the Phantom Menace BrickHead set. This is also going to be retiring. Only came out early this year, and one of the strongest lineups of BrickHeadz, quite possibly the strongest that LEGO has ever done. So this is an incredible set. If you are a fan, I strongly suggest that you don't miss out on this one. Now, for the Harry Potter BrickHeadz, the twin packs are going to be disappearing. So Harry Potter and Cho Chang, Draco and Cedric, as well as Kingsley and Nymphadora. Those ones are going. And mustn't forget the Prisoner of Azkaban figures. They are also going to be going. Wasn't the strongest of lineups. There were a couple of weaker choices in there, but still overall a pretty reasonable set. And if you have been collecting all the ones from Harry Potter, you definitely won't want to miss out on these. There are also going to be several disappearing from the Disney BrickHeadz line. So Cruella and Maleficent, not the best of actual BrickHeadz that we've seen, but they are both iconic characters. So if you're a collector of these like I am, definitely worth picking up. Moana and Merida, these do make an odd pairing. It's strange that they've put them together, but they are brilliant BrickHeadz. I love the way that they've done their hair on these, both excellent characters, but they're also on the retirement lineup. Then 40753 Mirabelle Madrigal from Encanto, also going to be going. I really like this BrickHead. I just think the way they've done the glasses and just everything about it actually was superbly done. So I really wouldn't miss out on her. And then the Spring Festival Mickey Mouse will be going as well. And this one has got a special place for me because when I started the channel at the beginning of this year, I think this was the first thing that I just did a silly shorts video with. So I think it was actually the first upload I did onto this channel. So I obviously do really like this BrickHead, but as it was, of course, for the new year and 2024 is almost up, it is going to be going. as is Sonic the Hedgehog, along with his buddy Tails. Both of those will also be riding off into the proverbial sunset. The more recent editions of Knuckles and Shadow are also going to be going. There were a couple of flaws I felt with this when I reviewed them at the time, but they're definitely not bad, so get them if you're wanting to round out your collection. Now, personally, I'm more interested in the Lord of the Rings BrickHeadz set. Unfortunately, I never liked this one. I always thought that, well, Frodo wasn't too bad. He's not great, but the way they did Gollum here, just really not very good. Nonetheless, it will be going, so if you want it, pick it up. Far better, unsurprisingly, is Gandalf and the Balrog. Really cool, this one. I know they're not to everybody's taste. I just happen to like BrickHeadz, but there are certain ones that they really do knock out of the park, and I thought this one was fantastic. Aragon and Arwen also retiring. Again, you'll just have to try and find it at a different retailer. If you are in the States, still available in a couple of other regions around the world. But most shockingly is that Legolas and Gimli, that only came out halfway through this year, these are going to be going as well. They're on the retirement list. I kind of want to think that maybe they'll change their mind and take this over into 2025 because it's a really short period of time. But as it is, they are lined up for the chopping block, so don't miss out on those while you can get them. That is it for the BrickHeadz, though. Time to move on to the city theme and start with this small one, 60283, the holiday camper van. Nice little set for a reasonable price, actually, but that is going to be going. The tractor, already sold out in the States. See if you can find it elsewhere. That one retiring as well. Then the train station, set 60335, is also on the retirement list. The road plate threw a bit of a spanner in the works for some people on this one, but as with all of these, at the end of the day, it just comes down to personal preference. So if you do like this set, be aware it is retiring, as indeed is the powered-up freight train 60336. The car wash 60362, that's also on the way out, as is the oh-so-cool ice cream shop. The apartment building that looks suspiciously like it was rehashed in a recent creator set, but this is 60365. That one also on the way out. Likewise for 60366, that's the Ski and Climbing Centre. Also the police station chase in 60370. I do have to wonder on this set why they didn't actually confiscate the diamond from the thief before they put him in jail, but, you know, makes it nicer for him on the getaway. Perhaps that sort of oversight is something they could work on at their police training academy, this being 60372. Not much more time for that training, though, as likewise it will retire next month. The fire station fire truck, on back order apparently in the States, but it is on the retirement list as well, the end of December, so 60375. Also, the sweet little Arctic Explorer snowmobile with the cute little seals, 60376. Very reasonably priced little set, that one. So I'd say get it while you can if you want to. And indeed, if collecting all the little animal molds is your thing, the Explorer diving boat, 60377, also going. And that means that for the polar bear fans out there, you'll want to grab Arctic Explorer Truck and Mobile Lab, 60378. The Deep Sea Explorer submarine is going to be retiring. That might come as a relief for some. It was quite amusing that a lot of scalpers tried to grab hold of this because of the big shark that was included in it, and then found that they couldn't actually sell it. So, pretty funny. But 60379, that's on the retirement list too. Downtown, one of the big ones for cities, set 60380. You know, if you're into city sets, this is a really cool one. There's loads of stuff you can do with it. It is on the pricey side of things though, so do make sure to watch out for a discount. It's been on sale quite a few times before, both on Lego and third party, so I'd be surprised if you can't pick up a decent one. I wouldn't be paying retail for it. The electric sports car, 60383, down for retirement, sold out already in the States. Have a look elsewhere, see if you can find it. Penguin slushy van as well, that's 60384. 60386, the recycling truck, same story. I did a double take when I first looked at the title of this one, given the recently chosen Bricklink Designer Program set for Series 6, but obviously different. 4x4 Off-Roader Adventures, a 60387. That one going to be going. Definitely do like the vehicle. Check out the size of those tyres. Then 60388, the gaming tournament truck, that's also on the way out, as is the custom car garage, 60389. Also 60392, police bike car chase. Then a few based on the 2K drive, so this is the combo race pack, 60395, 60396, the modified race cars, and 60397, the monster truck race. The little 4 Plus set green race car, 60399. 60403, the emergency ambulance and snowboarder, that's going. So is the emergency rescue helicopter, 60405. And the fire rescue motorcycle set, 60410. Hopefully she makes it in time to squirt his sausage before he burns it. The police speedboat and Crook's hideout, fun little set this one, 60417, that's going. But I'm most upset about this, the Jungle Explorer ATV Red Panda mission. Yes, after the return of Johnny Thunder to the Jungle lineup only earlier this year, it's already going. Big disappointment, 60424. Don't miss out on that one if you're even remotely interested. But best of all was the Jungle Explorer waterplane. So bizarre with the pricing. It started out as this, then they put it up in price, then they dropped it again. I did say at the time, at this price, it was an absolute steal already. This is 60425. If you can find this, make sure that you get it. It is a really good set. One for the space fans, the construction mech, 60428. If you can find it anywhere else, that one being retired too next month. And that's also the last we will see of that one. Still a chance, though, to get your hands on the bigger set, the Command Rover and Crane Loader, 60432. The Interstellar Spaceship, though, 60430. Nice little set. And then I have to obviously mention the Advent calendars. You're either going to get this or you're not. Now, interestingly, if you weren't able to get your hands on the mech that's been sold out, certainly in the States, I know it's still available in other regions, but sold out in the States on its own, it is part of the Space Explorers pack, so that's still available, 60441, but that is also going to be retired next month. Now, time to move on to Creator 3-in-1, and we'll kick things off with a great one as it's already sold out, but as I've already said, you need to check other retailers. Is still available in certain other regions, depending on where you are around the world. About 31088 deep sea creatures on the retirement list. More importantly, though, in my opinion, the one I've been saying not to miss out on, the Medieval Castle, 31120. Multiples of these allow you to do so many incredible mocks, and it really isn't bad actually on its own either. That is going to be going. Definitely watch out for a sale on this one. There have been ones in the past, so it might well be again. Obviously, third-party retailers as well. If you're a castle fan, it really is a must, so don't miss out. The vintage motorcycle kind of looks like Hagrid's motorcycle a little bit without the sidecar. I suppose if you bought multiples of them, you could turn it into that. Anyway, 31135, that's going too. Likewise, 31138, the beach camper van. Main Street is also going to be going 31141. It's not a bad set, but it's been heavily discounted in a lot of places in pretty much all regions. So definitely don't pay full retail for this. I'll be really shocked if they don't put it on quite a serious discount again before it retires next month. This is a sweet little one. Sweet little one. Birdhouse 31143. That's flying off. Likewise, the exotic pink parrot 31144. Then here's a couple that I actually think are quite collectible. I do like the postcard range. 40651 is the first that's going, being the Australia postcard. I always did think that it was a little bit insulting to Australia, though, that this is everywhere else has major landmarks and things, but no, they get this. I'm surprised they didn't just purely do a little dunny in the middle of a desert. Couldn't really have been much more insulting. The other is the Beijing postcard, obviously post changes following the flag debacle. 40654, that's on the way out. On now then to Batman and the Batmobile, one of the very many that we have now. Batman versus the Joker Chase 76224, that is going. The Tumbler sold out already in some regions, still available in the US, and of course have a look at third-party retailers if you are elsewhere in the world. This is 76240, pretty sizable builds. We've got another Tumbler of a very different size that's going to be coming in 2025, so this is naturally on the way out. As indeed is the Batcave Shadow Box. Have a look, see if you can find it elsewhere. Certain places, certainly in Europe, where this is still available if you are in a different region. The construction figure, can't really say I'm a fan, but 76259, that's going too. As is the little 4+ Batmobile Pursuit Batman versus the Joker. And in case you haven't seen enough of Batman and the Joker, you can also get them in the Batwing 76265. And the Batcave with Batman, Batgirl, and the Joker 76272. Will be interesting to see what they do with the upcoming set for 2025 that's also going to have Batgirl in it with regard to what they do with the minifigs. But now it is time to turn our attention to Disney, and we will begin with the Mini Disney Palace of Agrabah, already on sale in several places for 0613. You know, the biggest problem that they had with these sort of mini palace series that they did is a lack of consistency, some coming with minifigs and others not. The Ultimate Adventure Castle, on back order clearly in the States. This one also down for retirement. Look, it's more expensive, but actually I think there's so much more play opportunity in this compared to having to buy loads of little sets which don't really offer that much. I think this is actually one that you probably should look at being a much better gift for a kid rather than having to fork out for all the little ones separately. So 43205, decent Christmas gift that is going to be retiring though next month. As indeed will be this Cinderella and Prince Charming's Castle 43206. Moana's Wayfaring Boat 43210. I always thought this was a really pretty little set actually, and bear in mind there will be more Moana based sets at the start of next year. Then 43211, Aurora's Castle, that's going. So is the Disney Celebration Train 43212. Twirling Rapunzel 43214, sold out, still available in some other regions. Then another bigger set, which admittedly does offer more play, but is nonetheless really still quite expensive. So maybe watch out if there is a sale on 43215. That one going to be going too. The Princess Enchanted Journey 43216. I mean, there's some nice parts in that, but still, wow, hefty price. Then Anna and Elsa's Magical Arousal for Carousal 43218. That's definitely a slip of the tongue, as the vicar once said to the actress. 43219, Disney Princess Creative Castles, that's going as well. 100 Years of Disney Animation Icons 43221. I always quite like this. I thought it was pretty sweet, but definitely not something to buy at retail. This one already on sale, so you can bag that if you want it. 43223. Also from Wish, King Magnifico's Castle 43224. The Little Mermaid Royal Clamshell. Wow, you had a good discount over there in the States. Not a bad set, this. So obviously now sold out. 43225. Have a see if you can find it elsewhere. Is still available in other regions, but will be gone by the end of December. Same story for Disney Duos 43226. Villain Icons 43227. That's been on discount quite a few different places, so I especially wouldn't be paying retail now after the minifigure duplication, but still a pretty decent set. That's going to be going though. Then, just no, really no. 43229. If anybody actually does pay retail for that, I'm sorry, you need your head checking. Asher's Cottage, that's 43231. Another one from Wish. I prefer Peter Pan and Wendy's Flight over London. This is 43232. Unfortunately, this could have been absolutely brilliant if they'd done it very, very differently. Unfortunately, what could have been pretty iconic and collectible and nostalgic for a lot of people sadly didn't hit the mark. Nonetheless, not terrible, so if you do want it, that needs to be gotten pretty soon. Bell's Storytime and Horse Carriage was up for retirement, already sold out, 43233. Depends what region you're in though. Elsa's Frozen Treats. This really does get ridiculous. At what point did she ever have an ice cream carriage? Oh dear. 43234. That is, yes, retiring soon. Mirabelle's Photo Frame and Jewelry Box. Actually quite a sweet little one, I think, being that you can also display a photo in it. 43239. On sale and on the way out. The rather brilliantly named Rapunzel's Tower and the Snuggly Duckling 43241. And of course, if you want it, the Disney Advent Calendar 43253. That is the end of Disney though, so on now to DreamZzz, and 40657 is the first to be biting the dust. This is Dream Village, as with all the ones in this video, going to be going at the end of December. Likewise, Mateo and Z-Blob, the robot, 71454, and Grim Keeper, the cage monster, 71455. Mrs. Castillo's Turtle Van, 71456, also going. Pegasus Flying Horse, 71457. The Crocodile Car, which does look pretty cool and colourful, 71458. Also 71459. Stable of Dream Creatures. No prizes for guessing what set number comes next. That's right, Mr. Oz's Space Bus is also retiring, as is 71461, the fantastical treehouse. Then also on the retirement list is 71469, the Nightmare Shark Ship. I thought this one was always really cool looking, so different. Pretty fun set. Watch out for a sale on that one come Black Friday, Cyber Monday. 71471 is Mateo's off-road car, little 7 Plus set that is going. Izzy's Narwhal Hot Air Balloons, 71472. And 71475, Mr. Oz's Space Car. Zoe and Zian the Cat Owl, 71476. But perhaps the best is saved for last as far as the Dreams theme is concerned. At 71477, the Sandman's Tower. This is also going to be retiring, and it's actually a pretty impressive set. Got a lot of pretty cool pieces in it that you don't get in many places, and pretty nice to put together overall. Definitely one of the best sets from the theme. So if you like it, not a bad price at retail, really. So especially look out for an offer before this goes. Now, we will be skipping over Duplo and heading to Friends, the Beach Buggy Fun 41725. That is going to be retiring at the end of December. 4 Plus set, that one. Then you'd be barking to miss this one. It's the Dog Rescue Centre that's going, 41727. And it's time for the last meal on Retirement Row in Heart Lake Downtown Diner, 41728. Autumn's House is also going to be going, 41730. One of the sets that's coming out next year is Autumn's bedroom and her sister's bedroom, so it seemed that we're getting a rejig of the house here as well. Interesting to see what comes of that. But if you want it, that is going. Likewise, the Heart Lake International School, that's 41731. Also 41734, the Sea Rescue Boat. 41735, Mobile Tiny House. The Sea Rescue Centre in set 41736. The Beach Amusement Park in 41737. 41738, the Dog Rescue Bike, already sold out in the States. As always, have a look at other retailers if you want it, and it is still available in other regions around the world, depending on where you're watching. Leanne's Room in 41739. Kid definitely can't draw. Proportions absolutely terrible. Strike down any hopes and dreams that she has of becoming an artist. I'm not sure how to say this. Alia's Room, 41740. That is also going to be retiring next month. As is Autumn's Horse Stable, 41745. 41746 is Horse Training, same story as before. 41747, Heart Lake City Community Kitchen, that's going. 41749, the Newsroom Van. The Sea Rescue Plane in 41752. The Pancake Shop in 41753. Already sold out. That is crap. Nova's Room 41755. The Holiday Ski Slope and Cafe also going, set 41756. Now, unsurprisingly, already sold out the Botanical Garden 41757. Ever since the Ideas one has been released, unsurprisingly, sales for this one gone considerably up. So they are available on the secondary market. Really nice set. Do have a look out for it. The Heart Lake City Bus, that's going 41759. Then one that I'm sure will split opinions. This is 41760, the Igloo Holiday Adventure. Nice little fun one, this. Hamster Playground 42601. Nice little gift I think that would make. The Space Research Rover 42602 is going, as is the other space-related Friends set, Mars Space Base and Rocket 42605. Autumn's Baby Cowshed, the size difference between that carrot and that bunny. Wowzers. 42607. That's going along with the Tiny Accessories Store in 42608. The Electric Car and Charger 42609. Also retiring, gosh, there's a lot of them. Cat Playground Adventure 42612. Makes you realise just how popular the Friends theme has become. Heart Lake City Hospital Ambulance 42613, also on the way out. I would like to point out that allowing a child to stand up on a roller gurney is in fact a health and safety hazard. Pet Adoption Day in 42615, also going, as is the Heart Lake City Music Talent Show in set 42616. The Farm Animal Sanctuary in 42617. 42619 being the Popstar Music Tour Bus. The Farm Animal Vet Clinic in 42632. the scrumptious looking hot dog food truck in 42633, and of course the Heartlake City Preschool in 42636. Those are all the friend sets retiring, along with, of course, the Advent Calendar. One of the only ones to actually already be sold out on Lego directly, 42637. Now, a very quick stop at Gabby's Dollhouse, only 3 sets retiring. Bakery with Cake E Fun, 10785. Gabby and Mercat's Ship and Spa, 10786. And the last one, Kitty's Fairies Garden Party, 10787. So those 3 all retiring as well. Now, though, it is time to turn our attention to the Boy Wonder Wizard and several sets that are going to be retiring by the end of the year. Chamber of Secrets, definitely one of the better ones in my opinion. It has been quite heavily discounted. I'm not sure about on Lego itself, but certainly third-party retailers in pretty much all regions, so I wouldn't go paying that for it, but definitely one of the better sets. Just bear in mind, though, of course, with all the other Harry Potter sets that are coming out, what sort of display it is, scale-wise and everything that you're wanting to put together. Then also Hogwarts Dumbledore's Office, that's going as well, set 76402. And the big one, already sold out in multiple regions, is of course the collector's edition of the Hogwarts Express. Now, I've not hidden my distaste for this in the past and all the mistakes that were in it. Nonetheless, I still included it in that best sets to be retiring list that I did a couple of months back. They actually did quite a nice sale on this previously, which is why it has now sold out, but check other third-party retailers. You can still get it, but sadly a discount is not really something that you can expect going forwards. And in fact, the price is, secondary market-wise, only going to go up from now on. What is still available, though, is 76407, the Shrieking Shack and Whomping Willow. Actually, quite a nice little build, this one. So again, look out for a deal on that before it retires at the end of next month. Also going is the Room of Requirement, 76413. 76414, the buildable Expecto Patronum Stag, which you can also build into other things as well. The Battle of Hogwarts, the good one really for Bellatrix and Voldemort included. This is 76415. Still available in some regions, sold out in the US. Again, check around elsewhere, retirement is looming. The slightly weird and wacky Quidditch trunk, 76416, also going. 76420, the Triwizard Tournament Black Lake set, not a bad one this. And if you're not keen on the idea of a microscale Diagonally that we're going to be getting in January, then round out your current collection with Weasley's Wizard Wheezes in 76422 before it's too late. Then from earlier this year, 76432 is also up for retirement. Forbidden Forest Magical Creatures. I am slightly surprised by this one. I wouldn't be shocked if they actually pushed this back into 2025 for retirement, but as it stands, it is in the lineup to go. And then, of course, we have the Advent Calendar, 76438. Of course, it's down for retirement at the end of the year, and as with all the Advent Calendars, you either want it or you don't. Time now, though, to head on over to the Icons theme, and we will begin with this, the Ghostbusters Ecto-1. This was actually originally on the retirement list for the middle of this year, but they pushed it back, so it is now supposedly going at the end of the December, and I do think it will be disappearing at this point. They've managed to get rid of the stock levels that they had, so 10274, widely been available, fairly heftily discounted everywhere, so I wouldn't be paying full retail, and I wouldn't be surprised if they do pop this on a discount again come Black Friday, Cyber Monday. One that is apparently going to be included in the sale, though, is this, the NASA Space Shuttle Discovery, set 10283. You can expect 20% off of that come Black Friday, so probably best hanging fire until then and then picking this up. As although it's technically retiring by the end of December, when they put it on sale, they'll probably get rid of the rest of the remaining stock that they have. So like several of these that we've already seen in the video, it'll be sold out more than likely pretty quickly. Also on the chopping block is the powered up loop coaster. Huge set, extremely impressive, real centerpiece, but very fiddly. If you use it, it does come apart and needs fixing. Hefty price tag as well, 10303 the set number. To be frank, I imagine if this was one for you, you probably already own it. But if for any reason you have been holding out, or you've suddenly got a much bigger coffee table that's come available, well, the clock is ticking for you to put your hands on that. 10304 also on the way out, the Chevrolet Camaro Z28. I also expect to see a discount on this, but nothing confirmed as of yet. By comparison, the Atari already with money off, and in fact it has been even more off of this for quite some time. So set 10306, not only is it disappearing, it is also on back order. Bear that in mind. And definitely one of the best Winter Village sets, in my opinion. Holiday Main Street with, of course, the power-up functionality as well. Set 10308. This is going to be disappearing too. Slightly sad to see it go, but it has been out for quite a while. So time for that retirement day to happen. But yeah, if you're just getting into your Winter Village collecting for some reason, or you've missed this, then now is your final chance to get it. As for the botanicals, the dried flower centerpiece is going 10314. It's quite nice, but I have to say it's extraordinarily fiddly to put together. It was really unenjoyable when I was doing it, but then I am a chap with fat sausage fingers, so perhaps for those more dexterous, it wouldn't be an issue. And once it's complete, it does look quite nice. Far better, however, is this, the Eldorado Fortress, one for all the pirate fans out there, set 10320. However, yes, it is also on the retirement list. And if you are a remote fan of the pirate faction, or simply starting to get into it, maybe you've seen the upcoming ones on the Bricknick Designer program, or want something that's going to pair into a new collection that you're starting, don't miss out on this. It's a fantastic set, but it is going to be sailing off into the sunset. Of course, if the Pirates theme doesn't get your engine revving, then perhaps the Corvette will. The last of the Icons theme that is going to be retiring by the end of 2024. Set 10321. Now, though, we must switch our sights to LEGO ideas, and set 21318, the Treehouse, is also now going to be retiring. I think this would go pretty well with the latest Bricknick Designer program for Series 6, the two sets that have been announced. It's going to match in with this sort of thing pretty well. So if you have been trying to build out a bit of a display based around this style of set, just bear that in mind. Now, of course, the A-frame cabin fits in with the treehouse very well too, so the same can be said. This one is set 21338, and it is going as well. Just bear in mind that this is apparently going to be in the sale with 20% off for Black Friday. Can't imagine that they're going to have a huge amount of stock of this left over, so by the time Cyber Monday has been and gone, I imagine that this will indeed be sold out. So if you want it, keep your eyes peeled as soon as the sale starts. The typewriter, that is already sold out in the States, still available in other regions. One of my personal favourites, although that is more for nostalgia rather than anything else. At set 21327, last chances for that one. Sadly, similar story for yourselves in the States for this. Have a look and see if you can find it anywhere else. Time has come for the Fender Stratocaster as well. Now, Sonic the Hedgehog, the Green Hill Zone, what I consider to be the proper one rather than the sort of bash the button and send him spinning one. This is set 21331. I think that this is going to become collectible a few years down the line, but more importantly, it is just a fun little set, but it is going. Been out a while now. I imagine most who want it have already got it. Next up, one that will mean the world to some people, set 21332, the Globe. Also sold out in the States. Other regions, such as the UK, you can still get it, but it is going, so don't miss out. It's a pretty cool set, although the building process does have you going round in circles. One that hasn't sold out yet for yourselves in the States, the Jazz Quartet 21334. I think just the very design of this does have a pretty niche appeal. But what that does mean is that for some people, this will be an absolutely must-not-miss set, and therefore time is ticking. As I film this, you've got about 6 weeks until it is gone for good. The Office is another one, 21336. I think it's been sold out actually on here for a while. Just again, depends upon your region. Then BTS Dynamite 21339, despite the huge fan base of the band, it was a bit of a flop as far as sets went, so it's been on sale for a pretty long time. So don't know if they'll be able to add any more come Black Friday, but either way, that's going by the end of the year. And Tales of the Space Age 21340, quite different as far as sets go. Can't honestly say that it's ever really appealed to me, but I've always been able to see that for some people, it would be a really nice little one to have. So if that is you, time and space waits for no man. Now, a quick mention for the 3 Indiana Jones sets retiring as well. 77012 already sold out in a lot of places. The Lost Tomb still available on Lego, being set 77013. Those two are going, and of course, Temple of the Golden Idol 77015. As usual, do have a look around. There are other retailers that still have it available in stock, and I think it is still also available depending what region you are in through Lego directly as well. But be mindful, those are going by the end of December. For Jurassic World, set 76944 retiring. That's the T-Rex Dinosaur Breakout, as indeed was Blue and Beta Velociraptor 76946. See if anywhere else has that available. And one of the bigger ones, the Giganotosaurus and Therizina Sonoronora Porosaurus attack, more easily known as set 76949. That's also retiring. Make sure to look out for a sale on this one if you want it. It has been available discounted before, and quite frankly, just isn't worth the full retail price, but I suspect that this will definitely be one that gets popped onto the Black Friday Cyber Monday discount deals. The Pyroraptor and Dilophosaurus Transport Truck 76951, quite a good one actually for the dinosaur molds as well as the characters and the build. That and this one 76958 also going. This being the Dilophosaurus Ambush, excellent little set. This one I highly recommend that it is grabbed, so you can get your hands on silly old Dennis there. And 76959 Triceratops Research also going. Of course, the iconic Brachiosaurus Discovery 76960. Sadly, this too will be going extinct. But probably the most famous scene from the first film, the visitor center and the T-Rex with the raptor attack set 76961. It's also going, but look, this has always been far too highly priced retail. It's actually a very small set, needed to be a lot more imposing. So been on sale before. If you haven't grabbed it and you still want it, have a look for it in the sale, but can't say it's one that I've ever recommended at full retail. A little bit underwhelming. Now, talking of sales, we need to move on to Super Mario and the Nintendo Entertainment System. This one is apparently going to have 20% off come Black Friday. So any of you who've been umming and ahhing over whether you want to get this, that will be the time to do so. Definitely quite niche again, not going to appeal to everybody, but a pretty cool set. Now, a bunch of the expansion sets are also going to be retiring, so let's whiz through them. Picnic at Mario's House, 71422. The Dry Bowser Castle Battle expansion set, 71423. 71424, Donkey Kong's Tree House. Then wave bye-bye to those bananas. Larry's and Morton's Airships, that's 71427, go as well. Set 71428, Yoshi's Excellent Forest expansion. Sounds like the sort of tortured pun that I usually do. 71429, Nabbit at Toad Shop. 71430, the Penguin Family Snow Adventure. And 71432, this is the Sunken Shipwreck Dory's Adventure, also on the way out. So all of those will be retiring. Okay, time for Marvel, and we will start with a couple of the 4+ little sets. This one being Hulk versus Rhino Truck Showdown from the Spidey series. So that is retiring, as will be Team Spidey's Mobile Headquarters, set 10791. Also 10792, the Drill Spinner Vehicle, sold out already though. For those of you in the States, it's still available in some other regions. 10793, Spidey versus the Green Goblin on the way out. And of course, 76210, the Hulk Buster, been sold out now with a huge discount that was available off of it. Still, other regions do have it available, and of course, you can get it still through other retailers too. So if somehow you manage to miss out on that, they are still knocking around, but you will have to do some digging. And sadly, it's time to say goodbye to I Am Groot, one of the cutest buildable characters that we've ever had. This is set 76217, and he and his little mixtape will be dancing off to some other part of the galaxy. And then Sanctum Sanctorum 76218. I've sung the virtues of this for a long time. Talked about it when it was heavily discounted in pretty much every country that you can name. Lots of people giving it a hard time, but I am really not surprised that it has sold out now. If you can still find it anywhere else, apart from a couple of little flaws, it is a great build, so worth picking up. For those of you who fancy a bejazzled glove, the Nano Gauntlet for $70, 76223, that's going. Another construction figure, for those who care, is also on the way out, 76226 being Spider-Man. And then one of the most overpriced sets of all time, the Hoopty 76232. Well, it's still in stock because, unsurprisingly, even at that 30% off price, it's still stupidly high. I imagine they still actually have quite a lot of stock of this left, but look, it's down for retirement, and I wouldn't be surprised if they just make this 50% off to try and shift the whole lot come Black Friday. So if it does appeal to you, no judgment, then perhaps hold on for that and then have a look for it. The next set number, 76241, is Hulk Mech Armor. That is going to be gone as well. To be fair, it's a fairly cheap price for just a fun little set and okay minifig, so not bad as a little gift. Just fractionally cuter than Hulk, though, is of course Rocket and his Mech Armor. 76243, that's on the way out as well. 76244 is Miles Morales versus Morbius. Going to be getting quite a few more relating to this in the new year. And then still knocking around in some places, 76245 Ghost Rider, Mech and Bike. The Hulkbuster Battle of Wakanda, so the much smaller one, 76247, that's going as well on back order by the look of it. Originally, I always used to think that that would mean that they were going to delay the retirement, but several times they've still gone through with it. It's just to get rid of the last bits of stock, so don't let that fool you. I have fallen foul of it in the past. Now, one of the bigger versions of the Avengers Quinjet, 76248, is flying off as well. And then if Cute Groot wasn't your thing, the Venomized version, also up for retirement. Didn't realize you guys had a sale over there. That's a pretty decent price for that, so not surprised it's already sold out. But for those places where it is still available, be aware it's going, as indeed are Wolverine's Adamantium Claws, 76250. And sadly, the greatest LEGO set of all time, also retiring the end of next month, 76251, Star-Lord's helmet. I mean, Star-Lord's helmet. Absolutely no copyright infringement intended. The undeniably cute baby Rockets ship on sale and also retiring. Then a couple of construction figures, the first being the Ant-Man, 76256, also Wolverine in 76257, and Captain America 76258. Those three are off. Also on the smaller end of things, Black Widow and Cap's motorcycles in 76260. And Captain America's shield 76262. I don't think I've seen any retailer outside of LEGO who hasn't had at least 20% off of this pretty much all the time. So definitely don't pay retail for that. By stark contrast, Iron Man Hulkbuster versus Thanos, the little 4+ set. That's also on the chopping block. Endgame Final Battle 76266. Have to see what the replacement next year is going to look like. Fingers crossed it's better than this one. Then it's back to Spidey in 76275 versus Doc Ock in the motorcycle chase. That's the penultimate one that's going. But of course, so is the Christmas Advent Calendar 76293. And that rounds it up for the Marvel ones retiring next month. On to Minecraft now. And just in case you haven't seen any other themes in the video, yes, sold out in the States, certain other regions still available, and do have a look at other retailers, see if you can pick it up there. But we kick things off with the Abandoned Mine for Minecraft, retiring, if not sold out already, by the end of the year. That's set 21166. Same story for the Mushroom House in 21179. Also the Skeleton Dungeon, 21189, that's going. Sadly for some, it seems, the Swamp Adventure has already gone, that's 21240. Now, the Bee Cottage can still be nabbed before the end of the year. That's 21241. And likewise, the End Arena, the Frozen Peaks, the Sword Outpost, 21244, and the Panda Haven are also retiring. That's 21245. But it doesn't end there. Several more as well. The Deep Dark Battle shall also be going, 21246. 21247, the Axolotl House, and the Pumpkin Farm, which saw the long-awaited Return of the Witch when this first came out in 21248. That's going too, as is the bigger Crafting Box 4.0. That's in set 21249. And another biggie already sold out for yourselves in the States, the Iron Golem Fortress 21250. Smaller set-wise, though, still available is the Animal Sanctuary in 21253. And the Devourer Showdown in set 21257 is also at the end of its life cycle. So those are all the ones for Minecraft going by the end of the year. And that brings us to this, the Dungeons and Dragons CMF minifigure series. Hugely popular, understandably, and absolutely one of the best lineups that they've done in a very long time. However, that is also down to wave goodbye at the end of the year. So if you are missing any characters, or if you've for some reason been waiting out on getting these, there's obviously loads of places where you can now know exactly what you're getting, or you can go into store and scan the barcodes and everything. But time is ticking for you. Make sure to collect any that you're missing before the new year. So now it is the Monkey Kid theme sets that are going to be retiring, and we kick things off with a really brilliant one, the City of Lanterns 80036. Such a fantastic, cool set, packed full of amazing features. Now, the Monkey Kid theme is apparently going to have a lot less sets next year. Only 2 known about so far for the first half. So if they are pulling right back on the theme, that could well mean that these sets are going to be all the more popular and perhaps some of the last chances that you're going to get to grab them. So City of Lanterns, definitely a top one, but it will be retired by the end of the year. Then 80041, Maze Dragon Jet, also on the way out. So is the Yellow Tusk Elephant 80043 and 80044, Monkey Kids Team Hideout. Not quite as popular. It's a larger set, not one of the biggest, but for the price tag, not quite as detailed as some of the others that they've done. Also up for retirement, Monkey Kids Cloud Airship 80046, Maze Guardian Dragon 80047, 80048, the Mighty Azure Lion, and 80049, Dragon of the East Palace. This one packed with quite a lot of pieces and colours you don't normally find. And for the slightly younger age group, 6+, the Creative Vehicles 80050 and Maze Dragon Mech 80053 also going. This one not too bad as far as mechs go, but keep an eye out for sales on those ones. As far as we know, that is all that is going to be retiring from Monkey Kid come the end of the year. But that brings us on to Ninjago, and we start with one of the best sets, not just from the Ninjago theme, but one of the best Lego sets for any theme that we've had over the past few years. Fantastic lineup of minifigures and such an amazing, beautiful build. This one has always been difficult to find at a reduced price. I would be surprised if it's included actually in the sales in a couple of weeks' time. So if you do happen to see it reduced, definitely go picking this up. Set 71741. It is retiring, and as it says, it's hard to find. So if you've been waiting, seriously, time is ticking on this one. You will need to make a decision pretty soon. Now, though, quite a few of the smaller sets that are going to be retiring, so let's whiz through them. 71782, Cole's Earth Dragon. 71783, Kai's Mech Rider. 71784, Jay's Lightning Jet. Jay's Titan Mech, 71785. And 71786, Zane's Ice Dragon Creature. One of the coolest dragons, I think, from the Ninjago lineup. I've never particularly liked the wings, but to be fair with the blades, they are pretty striking. But overall, pretty cool set. And the more juniorized side of things, Creative Ninja Brickbox 71787. Then Lloyd's Ninja Street Bike 71788. That's going. As is 71789, Kai and Raz's Car and Bike Battle. Go to 71790, Imperial Dragon Hunter Hound. Then 71791, Zane's Dragon Power Spinjitzu Race Car. And just a reminder, even though some of these are sold out on Lego, you can still find them at other retailers, even potentially discounted at the moment. So just have a look around. But yeah, on the retirement list. And well, 71792 is supposed to be Sora's Transforming Mech Bike, but it appears that they've taken it off the site. Very peculiar, but if you can find it, that's supposedly going as well. And back to a working web page, Heat Wave Transforming Lava Dragon 71793. It is going the same way as 71794, Lloyd and Aaron's Ninja Team Mechs. Time to wave goodbye to those as well. Same goes for 71795, Temple of the Dragon Energy Cores. And one of the more expensive sets, 71796, Elemental Dragon versus the Empress Mech, is quite a good fun build actually. reasonable size, so would make a good gift. Quite a bit of play to be had from that one. And Destiny's Bounty, The Race Against Time, 71797, also retiring. Also the 4+ set, 71798, Naya and Aaron's Baby Dragon Battle, Naya's Water Dragons, 71800, Kai's Rising Dragon Strike, 71801, along with 71802, Naya's Rising Dragon Strike, and 71803, Aaron's Rising Dragon Strike. And then last but not least, as far as Ninjago goes anyway, is Lloyd's Elemental Power Mech in 71817, already sold out in the States. Once again, have a look at other retailers, for other places around the world that will be retiring from LEGO come the end of the year. Now, a few sets under the other section, so not under a particular theme, mainly holiday type stuff will be retiring as well. The Bird's Nest being one of them, that's set 40639. And perhaps a little bit more festively relevant, the Nutcracker is also on the way out. That's 40640. Likewise, the Birthday Cake, 40641. 40642, the Gingerbread Ornaments. And 4643, the Jade Rabbit, already nicely discounted if you do want to grab that one. And here's one you just can't beat, the Pinata, 40644. And the set numbers have brought us in a roundabout way to the Carousel Ride, 40714, also retiring at the end of December. Now, the rather fun little alien packs that they did, these two are also going to be retiring, 40715 and 40716. So kind of weird, kind of wacky, pretty cool colors and fairly small price. And then the Auspicious Dragon, one of the New Year sets, such a cool dragon, 80112. It is, of course, also lined up for retirement. Both this one and the Family Reunion Celebration on the retirement list. So you can see here, sold out in the States. Yes, they've had the discount on there, but it's just to clear out those last bits of stock. Still available in some other regions. And if you haven't got it, I suggest you do. It's such a fantastic set. I think it was one of these two was the very first long form video that I did on this channel at the beginning of the year, and I do think that they're so pretty. Have some really interesting colored parts in them as well. So definitely look out for that on discount come Black Friday. Now it's time for the Blue Wonder Hedgehog. Of course, we already know that the Ideas set, the Green Hill Zone, is retiring. Looked at that a little bit earlier, but Sonic Speed Sphere Challenge 76990, that is on the way out. As indeed is Tails Workshop and Tornado Plane 76991, and not only down for retirement, but also sold out in a lot of regions as far as LEGO is concerned. So once again, just have a look at third-party retailers if you have missed out on that one and are wanting it. Then Amy's Animal Rescue Island also going 76992. Along with 76993, Sonic vs. Dr. Eggman's Death Egg Robot. And then lastly, for the Sonic theme, the Green Hill Zone Loop Challenge 76994, also going by the end of December. So that brings us onto the Speed Champions theme, and the ones that will be retiring by the end of December. We will kick off with this 76906, the 1970s Ferrari 512M. And joining it will be 76907, the Lotus, the Lamborghini Countach in 76908, and 76909, the twin pack of Mercedes, and the Ferrari in 76914. Okay, those are going along with these final three, 76915, 76916, the Porsche, and the twin pack in 76918 of the McLarens. And so we reach one of the big themes, Star Wars indeed. These are all going to be heading off into a galaxy even further away than normal. And the Millennium Falcon in 75257 is where we will begin. So this is going by the end of the year. And who knows if we will ever get a Millennium Falcon again. Yeah, okay, that was a bit of unnecessary sarcasm, but to be fair, this is actually a pretty good one. Been out for a long time though, so it is not surprising that it is going. Now, I must touch upon this. I featured it in the best sets that were going to be retiring a couple of months ago. It was the Master Builders Mos Eisley Cantina, sold out in pretty much all regions now, so you are just going to have to do some digging, see if you can find it through any third parties. Alternatively, if you are in a region that's lucky enough to still have it, I suggest that you move pretty quickly and grab this one. It's an incredible set. And with another Master Builder Series set being released next year, this is pretty much your last chance unless you want to be paying considerably more money on the secondary market after this is gone. Now, the big collector's R2-D2 in set 75308 is also down for retirement. This one really was scuppered by the release of that smaller R2, which is arguably quite a bit better, so they're probably kicking themselves a little bit with that one. Nonetheless, they're not going to have a huge amount of stock of this left, so yes, it is on the retirement too, but I suspect that it probably will go on discount come Black Friday, Cyber Monday, so keep a lookout for that. And then the AT-AT, yes, this is going 75313. It has been on offer previously, and it should also be 20% off come Black Friday. So definitely keep your eyes peeled for that one. It is now hard to find. There's not going to be that much stock left, and it really is a last chance saloon for this one. It's also a similar story for Luke Skywalker's Land Speeder. Obviously not really as good of a set, and that's reflected in the price, but still pretty decent, being 75341. I wouldn't be paying full retail for this, especially with the C-3PO minifig, etc., with other sets that have come out subsequently, but it's been on offer before. I suspect it will be again, and in fact, you can actually get it cheaper than this in most places through third-party retailers as I film this. Just bear that in mind, but yes, it is also time to say goodbye to that. And then from the big boys down to the little set, 75344 does have a cool Boba Fett minifig in it though. A nice cheap one to bag before that retires at the end of next month. And already discounted is the Pirate Snub Fighter 75346, the Mandalorian Fang Fighter versus TIE Interceptor 75348. Again, on back order, but don't let that fool you. I always thought that meant that they were actually going to postpone the retirement date, and I've been stung by that in the past, where it's still sold out and not been brought back in. And then, as the supposedly finished No More Helmets collection is returning next year, Clone Commanders Cody's one is going to be going. That's set 75350. So if you are wanting to make sure you have the complete set and continue that going forward, grab this before it's gone. Same story for Princess Leia's helmet, 75351. And it's not just helmets either. Couple of the dioramas also retiring. The first one being 75352, obviously the Emperor's Throne Room, and 75353, the Endor Speeder Chase. Then at the more junior side of things, the 4+ set, 75358, that's on the way out. So too the Battle Pack, the Clone Troopers, 75359, Yoda's Jedi Starfighter, 75360, 75361, Spider Tank, and then also 75363 is going. This is the Mandalorian's N1 Starfighter, making way for its replacement that's being released in January next year, although that replacement is going to be fractionally bigger at 92 pieces with a price tag of $30, €30, £25. Read into that what you will. Pressing forwards, though, the New Republic E-Wing and Shin Hati's Starfighter in 75364. Quite a decent set, this. That is retiring as well. And then also going is the Yavin 4 Rebel Base 75365. Just bear in mind that this is ridiculously overpriced at full retail. LEGO themselves have had it heavily discounted before, as has pretty much everywhere else. So yes, it's on back order now, but even though it's retiring, all I can say is I wouldn't go near that at full price. As for the little mechs, which, to be fair, just fairly cheap little gifts to give some entertainment to, 75368, that's going, along with the Boba Fett one in 75369, and the Stormtrooper in 75370. Then Chewbacca, which was only released earlier in 2024, this being set 75371, that is going to be retiring early, just has not had the uptake that they thought it was going to. It's, not the best designed thing. That said, I think it does look a lot better alongside the R2 and the C-3PO that they've brought out now. So if you are wanting to have them as a collection, then bear in mind that this is on the way out, and I also suspect that it will be reduced come Black Friday, Cyber Monday. It certainly has been by LEGO themselves in the past, as well as other retailers, so look out for that. And of course, the LEGO Star Wars calendar, last one to mention, 75395, being a calendar, of course, technically going to be retiring at the end of the year, but it's one of those things that you'll either buy it or you won't. So here we are, the final theme, Technic, and quite a few retiring. Come the end of December, we will kick things off chronologically with 42096, the Porsche 911. That one is racing away into the distance. The John Deere tractor 42136. Already sold out in the States, but again, available other regions. Have a look at other retailers. Still available, but on the way out as well is the Ford Mustang Shelby GT500 in set 42138. Joining it will be 42145, the Airbus H175 Rescue helicopter, including motorization functions. They've had this discounted through Lego directly before. Again, one to look out for come Black Friday, Cyber Monday. And it does have some quite useful components in this, compatible with other sets which are otherwise no longer produced. So just have a look at that one. Then the little 7 Plus dump truck is also going 42147, as is the little 7 Plus snow groomer in set 42148. Now, the very funky Monster Jam Dragon 42149 and 42150, the Monster Jam Monster Mutt Dalmatian. Then the Firefighter Aircraft in 42152 also going, as is NASCAR's Next Gen Chevrolet Camaro ZL1 in set 42153, the Batman Batcycle in 42155, the little 9 Plus Bugatti in 42162, and the John Deere Skidder in set 42157. That's also retiring by the end of December this year, but watch out for those discounts come Black Friday and Cyber Monday. It's also the last one of the video. Thank you for watching. Please like, comment, subscribe, send me money, or some homemade knitted socks for Christmas. Check out one of these two videos next, and I look forward to seeing you on the next one.